Hi, I'm Andy.
I'm Keith.
And we're both instructors at the National Driving Centre. Today we're going to talk about the Show Me, Tell Me question sheet. Okay, I'm going to be the examiner and Keith here is going to be the student. Keith, doesn't feel right. Let's get into character. Ah, that's better. Let's do this.
Hello, today I'm here with Andy and we're going to talk about the Show Me, Tell Me's. These come at the beginning of your test before you go out on the drive and do your reverse.
Okay, remember to give as much information as possible when you're answering these questions. They will be show me, some will be tell me. Listen to what the examiner says. The more information you can give across, the better position you'll be in for your actual test. Okay, so let's move on to the first question, Keith, okay? So what I want you to do is check the cargo doors, okay? On this one, it's also, we have a tail lift. So we're going to check the operation of the tail lift on this one, please.
Okay. I come around the back of a tail lift. I'm going to lower it down just to make sure it is working. And I'll check to make sure my door's nice and secure.
Okay, excellent work there, Keith. Okay, now, if we can check the rear tyre on this vehicle as well, please. In this, we're going to include the suspension as well. We need to check the suspension as well. Okay, so if you can explain all that.
Okay, I'll start with the tyre. There's two tyres on the rear here, so I'm going to make sure it's 1 millimetre across 3/4 of the tyre, 75% all the way round, no bulges, no cuts, no wire cords. Also check the inside tyre to make sure there's no debris. For the suspension, I shall make sure it's not leaning to one side and our springs are smiling and not frowning.
Okay, brilliant. Now can you check the condition of the wheel nuts on that rear wheel?
Yeah. I can check my wheel nuts. I can make sure they're butted up against the wheel, showing no clean metal or rust. I could also tap them individually to make sure they didn't make a noise. The noise I'll be looking for would be like a tinny sound.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, now another question we're going to ask now is the condition of the bodywork. Keith, can you check the condition of the bodywork as part of your daily routine, please?
Okay, I can make sure there's no panels hanging off. Checking, make sure there's no sharp objects. Our underrun bars are nice and secure. I can even look to the chassis to make sure it's bolted up correctly.
Okay, Keith, so can you check the condition of the rain and spray suppression systems on this vehicle, please?
Yeah. Make sure they were nice and clean, nice and secure, cover the full width of the tyre and not in contact with the tyre at any point.
Okay, so another question you'll be asked about safety factors when loading the vehicle. So Keith, what safety factors are there when we load the vehicle, please?
Okay, when I load this vehicle, I would load it towards the bulkhead, heavier stuff at the bottom, lighter stuff on top, evenly across the axles, and I'd make sure it's secure. I could also check that against my visor plate.
Great. Okay, so now what I want to check is the condition of the windscreen, please.
Okay, I could check my windscreen, make sure it's nice and clean, it's got no cracks, no chips in it, no mascots in the window.
And now the wipers.
Check my wipers. I can make sure there's no splits nor tears. I can do that on both of them, make sure there's no splits or tears.
Okay, so now what we're going to check is underneath the bonnet. Okay, you'll be asked to check either the oil, the coolant, or the screen wash. Okay, normally one or two, but for the purposes of this video, we're going to check all three. So Keith, please can you check and explain when we would check the oils, coolant, or screen wash?
Okay. I could check my coolant, I could do it here, I could make sure it's in between the minimum and the maximum. I could also check my oil, I could do that when it's on a level ground and the engine's cold. I could pull the dipstick out, wipe it, place it back in, make sure the oil's between the minimum and the maximum. For the washers, I could do that just by topping them up so the fluid comes out the top.
Brilliant. Okay, so now what we're going to do is look at some of the questions from inside the cab. Okay, so Keith, can you show me what instrument checks you make before and after starting the vehicle, please?
Okay, before starting the vehicle, I make sure the handbrake was on. it was in neutral. I'll turn my ignition on and make sure all the lights come on and go off again.
Okay, brilliant. Now what I'd like you to do, please, is check the power steering on the vehicle.
Okay. Before starting the vehicle, I'll put a little bit of pressure on the steering wheel and then I'll start the vehicle. I'm feeling for it to go loose, making sure it's not notchy and smooth.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, now can we set the windscreen to demist?
Put it on windscreen.
Okay, and now finally, what I want you to check is the washers and wipers. Okay, remember it's really important that we keep these windscreens clear, so we need to know how to use the washers and wipers on this vehicle and that they work. Okay, so there are certain key points of information we need to know about this vehicle, okay? One being the height, one being what the speed limit has been set at. So Keith, if you can tell me and show me where the height of the vehicle is and where the information for the speed limiter is, please.
The vehicle height is here, it's 11 foot. The vehicle speed limiter is down here on our window, which is 56 miles an hour. I could test that on some dual carriageways or a motorway.
Okay, brilliant. Now finally from in here, I want to check the tacho, please. Can you tell me what checks you'd make on the tacho? Okay,
I can check my tacho and make sure I've got enough paper in it, and there should be a sticker displayed in the cab to say it's been serviced and calibrated every 2 and 6 years.
Okay, brilliant. Now finally, can you tell me where the emergency cut-off switch is for this vehicle?
On this vehicle, it's the key.
Brilliant. Okay, and now check one of the audible signs, okay? So that can be the reverse, it can be the horn. We'll use the horn on this vehicle. Brilliant. Okay, now finally, what I'd like to check is the lights. Okay, so remember, on this you'll get asked to check specific lights. It could be the brake lights, indicators, or the headlights. For this, we're going to check all the lights, do a proper light check.
Okay, I'll turn all my lights on. Okay, I've got to check all my lights. My indicator, that's working. Side lights, headlights, main beam, they're all working. They're also working. Indicator, it's working on the side. And I'll walk down to the back and I'll check my rear lights. I've got my marker lights, they are working. Side lights, they're working. Indicators, rear fog are working. My brake lights, I can check them by backing up to a wall, looking for a reflection or asking for assistance.
Okay, brilliant. Now finally, can you please check the condition of the mirrors?
I'll just make sure my mirrors are nice and secure, nice and clean, and before I do go out on the road, I'll make sure they give me a good visibility of the road.
Okay guys, so I hope that's helped, okay? That was for the C1, the show me, tell me questions. Remember what we said at the beginning, some will be show me, some will be tell me. Get as much information as possible across those examiners. If you like this video, click subscribe. Okay, we've got plenty more videos on there.
Good luck, you chess guys.
Stay safe.